Am I too close?
Nope.
Okay.
You can be,
it's the nerves kicking in.
Just when you get louder, pull it away. When you get softer, start making out with it.
Did you hear? I sort of like drank.
Yeah, you could probably hear that. It's all right. There can be sound effects other than your voice on this podcast, for sure.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna burp. I'm gonna do everything an alcoholic does.
You should. You should burp, fart, queef, all of it. Yeah.
It starts breaking stuff. No, I'm not like that.
You're not like that, at least on a microphone. Well, thank you for not queefing on the microphone.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
If it calls for it, for a laugh or something.
Okay.
Is there something you won't do on stage?
Is there something I won't do on stage? I mean, I won't queef on stage.
Well, that's a good thing.
I won't. Yeah.
I guess you just aren't in it to win it, I guess.
Yeah, I like to go up there and just try to take it up a notch, and I don't know why, but maybe like make the crowd squirm. Mm-hmm. I think because I do a lot of jokes about my family. Right. Jokes about your family, jokes about being inebriated. Yeah, about hanging out with your family inebriated. Yeah. This could be I'm pretty unpolitically correct. Right. So, being Mexican, I talk about Mexicans. Right. And it's like a jail, like, what is it, get out of jail free card. And you get a pass for talking shit about Mexicans because you are Mexican? Yeah. Yeah, and when somebody just kicks the shit out of me, that's when I'll stop. Mm-hmm. But, yeah. Has any Mexicans came up to you and said, hey, don't be talking about us Mexicans like that? Do you like my accent? Yeah. Was that you? Orale! Why are you talking about Mexicans? Like another time on stage, you'd had like... Sure. Chichis, and I was so surprised. Oh, right. Yep. Chichis. Or chichiboas. Talked about chichis. Yeah, that was. I have a few Spanish bits, I guess. Yeah. But yeah, it's kind of ubiquitous. I talk about this on the podcast as well, where growing up, I had more Mexican friends than white guys. Wow. Because living in Placentia, believe it or not, it's predominantly Mexican. Wow. Even though it is like mostly like middle class, it's still like very diverse. So, I was definitely one of the minorities in, elementary school, junior high, not so much, in high school, but also college. Like I went to Dominguez Hills, so that was like predominantly like black and Mexican. Mm-hmm. So I've always tried to like, speak Spanish, but every time, I've tried to speak Spanish, they've definitely went like, don't do that. No, but I think it would be like, it's better if like bad words in Spanish. And right. It'll be like you'll be the cool white kid. What's up, muñeca? Orale, vato. Yeah. No, that's the thing. I had a story about this. I talk about it on stage too, where to get in cool with these Mexican kids in elementary school, they told me to go call a lunch lady a puta gorda. Oh my God. And I thought it was like a term of endearment, like, oh, I'm just going to call this lady, this word. It probably means, have a nice day or something, right? And little did I know, like, this lady was obviously, a little big. Yeah. Yeah, cut to like the principal's office, and they're like asking me, like, while I'm crying, like, why did I call this girl like a fat cunt? Oh yeah. Or this lunch lady, and of course I'm like, because these guys told me to. Yeah, you told them that you're out. Yeah, and they were definitely not like, oh yeah, you're part of the gang now. Yeah. Mexicans are like, I'm just kidding. Right, but that's the thing. It's like, obviously we're in third grade. Yeah. But maybe that is part of the Mexican culture of like, hey, we're going to make fun of this gringo. Or it's growing up. I think it is growing up. Because I've had a lot of those, If I met some like guy that was, English was their second language, maybe I would fuck with them too. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's you learn these things very quickly, but it is interesting. I talk about it on stage too, where you learn all the bad words first. Or like, why did I think like, oh, I need to learn how to tell a girl that she has big boobs? Like, that's my ticket. It's very important,
It's a crucial thing.
Yeah. Can you imagine just some white boy coming up to you and just saying, "Tienes chichis, es muy grande"?
Well,
you'd be first fucking...
I would be like, well, chichis chiquitos.
You're like, first of all, you don't know Spanish. Clearly, I don't have grande.
Yeah.
Tienes.
I love the size of my boobs.
Right.
I really do.
They're proportionate to your like body and like it is like I'm not trying to like let's reverse this. I'm trying to give you a compliment without sounding creepy as fuck. Yeah, you just are proportionate, and it's you have a nice figure.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit.
Thank you. I work hard for this body. I mean, my diet consists of fruits and vegetables and a lot of beer.
Right. So you're gonna get it. Soon you'll have the grande chichis.
Yeah. The beer.
Right. The beer titties. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have beer titties. I think that's where my boobs come from.
No, you don't. You're crazy.
Open mics, interviews, and a podcast too. It's just a day in the life for Daryl Williams. Just a day in the life. This
Comics Live. Hello and welcome to This Comics Live. This is me, your host, D. Williams, aka Daryl Williams, aka Dumbass, aka Dude that's hanging out with a kitty. And also a lovely open mic comedian and friend and fellow, just all around cool person.
Yeah.
I'm speaking about Ness Ocampo.
That is me. I thought it got a little weirded out by the intro.
Sorry. Yep. The intros are a little weird.
I know. I got it. Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Yeah. Ness Ocampo.
Thanks for having me.
Why is it Ness? I mean, I know a little bit about you, so yeah, why Ness?
That's a good question. My real name is Vanessa, and I decided to shorten it to Ness because I didn't want, when I signed it up for the open mic, I didn't want nobody to know if I was a girl or a guy.
Oh.
So Ness is more like a...
So it's a deliberate, like, I want to be just fluid.
Fluid. There you go.
Yeah, I've never met another Ness.
Yeah.
I've never... And I'll admit, I wouldn't have known it would have been a girl.
Yeah.
Or a guy, maybe, who knows. But I understand Vanessa.
Yeah, Vanessa.
That would be a girl, for sure.
When I've told comics that, like, the Long Beach scene, they're like, what, your name's Vanessa? I'm like, yeah. It's Vanessa. And then, I remember telling...
I like it, though. Like, I like stage names. Yeah. I like how it's like, this is a persona that I present, but there's another person that's the real person, you know?
I was inspired by Jamie Foxx.
Now, the most interesting thing about the line is the sexual habits. Fellas, we fuck, right? Fellas, do we fuck? What the fuck? Y'all eunuchs, can you hear me? What, 10, 15 minutes? Huh? About that? The lion fucks for 30 seconds. Every 17 minutes for 18 hours straight. Who's the motherfucker? And the pussy must have been good, too, because he couldn't stay in that shit long. He was like...
Isn't that interesting? Nobody would think I would be inspired by.
Yeah, that's right. He changed his name, right?
He changed his name.
His last name, right?
I think it was his whole name, Jamie. Because he was a comedian.
Yes.
And he would sign up and put Jamie Foxx because they didn't want to know, like, same thing.
He didn't want to give out his gender.
Yeah. So because he would say like girls would be called up like first, or would be called up nicely.
That's interesting.
So.
Do you think anybody thinks that Daryl Williams is a girl?
Darlena.
Not just Darlene, but Darlena.
Anything with like an E is very like feminine.
But Daryl Hannah is out there and she's a girl, so
oh yeah.
What about that? Nobody's thinking like, where are the other Daryls?
Yeah.
With females.
Yeah, I need to get you a blonde wig.
But that would be cool though. Like, wouldn't it be cool if I was Daryl Williams, but like some hot chick?
Yeah.
People would definitely remember me now.
Yeah.
I should definitely be a chick. A hot chick, too.
Yeah.
If I transitioned, I guarantee you I probably wouldn't be any hotter. It'd be the same attractiveness level. Like, it'd just be me minus the beard, probably. I would just move the beard to my head.
Oh, that's a great one. That's a great one. I would want to braid it. Like, I would want to,
I would, too. I so wish I had, like, more hair. Yeah. Believe me. Like, being bald, like, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's a choice. Like, it's not like... I like how people are not, like, freaked out. Like, oh, it's a bald man. Get out of here. Ah! It's like, okay, that guy, he looks normal or whatever.
Yeah.
But do I wish I had, like, Fabio hair?
Yeah.
And hell yeah. Fuck
yeah.
Yeah. Or I could just choose, like, oh, I'll just do this style one day, or I'll do that style one day, or I'll just dye it one day.
Yeah. But I like this, Daryl. I like your hair.
Right.
Like, well.
You like bald guys?
I like your bald head.
Yeah, I mean, I can pull it off. And, yeah, I've obviously, like, grown into what I look like, personality-wise, as well as, like, just me. But, it would be kind of funny, though, like, if I just showed up at an open mic with, like, a wig and just tried to play it off, like, super serious.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is just me, guys.
Yeah.
Now I wear wigs.
With a Daryl Hannah wig.
Yeah. I wear female wigs. Yeah. That's all I do. That's my gimmick now.
Yeah, the Kill Bill one, too. With a samurai sword.
But why Ness, though? Like, went from Vanessa, like, it could have been, like, Van.
Yeah. Actually, it was inspired by, like, a video game. Smash Brothers.
Oh, right.
The character
Ness. Yes.
And I got inspired. I remember I would go to open mics and people would bring me up as the Loch Ness Monster. I would feel like it's not the first time I heard it, but okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's and then Ocampo is clearly just your real last name.
It is not.
Oh, whoa. Not even. So you're really like Vanessa Smith?
Yeah, I'm Vanessa. I'm just kidding. No, because of Blue Moons.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's my real last name.
It is your real last name. That's okay. Williams is my real last name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find it funny though. Like, I always wish I could like go into a stage name. Oh. Maybe be called like Daryl the Cool Guy, or something like that.
There's comedians out there that only go by their first name,
and
it's like it's kind of weird,
right? Like Sebastian or Godfrey.
Yeah, but I don't know. They could pull it off, I guess.
I feel like black guys can for sure. There's so many black guys names that are like full on like just they're almost like DJ names or like cartoon characters where they're called like Big Wheezy and like Cricket.
Yeah.
And these are actual guys, and I'm sure they're great and funny. And I haven't personally seen them, but I've seen them on like lists and whatnot. And I'm like, wow, there's a comedian out there named Cricket.
Yeah. Like what is it, Sinbad and
Sinbad, right?
Men are so confused. I got a son that's 20 years old. My daughter's 23. My daughter said she's trying to find a good man. I said, learn to be by yourself for a second. Don't be crying. Look, she waving. You got a man. Why you raise your hand? She think this. You with a man? She said, that's right. Look what you just did. That's right. Be by yourself. As you hold his hand. What was that about? That's right. Be by yourself. I'm talking about you. Now, if he had done that, that's right. Oh, really? You've been in the parking lot. What? What did I say? Slow down.
Yeah, I should change my stage name to something else,
And there was a guy named Be Funny.
Be Funny? No way.
Like the letter B, funny.
Well,
that sounds like a hard thing to live up by. Like every night I gotta be called Be Funny, and then I gotta actually go be funny.
Well, I would think like he would have hecklers like Be Funny,
Hey, this guy ain't Be Funny. He ain't Be Funny. Be funny, man.
Or C funny, huh?
Funny. Maybe I should be that D funny.
Oh, there you go.
D funny, yeah. Like I just whip out my dick. Oh, that's D funny. Yeah.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Oh man, there was a comic. I think it was yesterday.
That whipped out his dick.
That whipped out his ball.
Awesome.
And I'm not gonna say, but I missed it. I missed it.
You were hoping to see it?
I was hoping to see it.
And you didn't?
It's in my bucket list. It was in my bucket list.
To see a ball on stage?
To see a ball on stage.
Yeah, my bucket list is to see, just half of the clit on stage.
Oh, nice.
Not the whole one. I don't need to see the whole
Just a sneak peek.
Yeah, just maybe one lip.
Just a little tease of it.
Yeah. If I could just see, like, a comedian, a girl that just, like, it owns it and just be like, I'm going to whip out my clit right now. and then just almost did it, then I'd be like, wow, kudos to her.
Yeah,
this girl's funny.
Get like a box cutter and just sort of slit her pants a little bit and just wedge it out like to the side. Like this is, you know. There you go.
That's awesome. So awesome.
Yeah.
They say that smoking weed always increases your estrogen levels. So if you smoke a lot of weed, you're going to get bitch tits.
Really?
That's one of the...
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just one of those like ways of like, don't smoke weed, you'll get bitch tits, you know?
No, but then that'll encourage like women.
More
smoke,
women. Yeah,
you
right.
know, get the chichis.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is an idea. I maybe should tell my next date, hey, you know what would... That's probably going to go over well. Hey, you know what you should do? Smoke some weed because it'll give you bigger boobs.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that in a bad way.
No, I mean, I think I would go up to a girl and just go, well, you know, you want me to titty fuck you? You need to smoke weed.
You know what would be so... I feel like, you know, I'm all talk. Like, I always talk about, like, how cool it would be to see girls that are, like, super aggressive and super, like, you know, forceful and determined. They just come up to you and go, like, oh, I'm fucking you tonight.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, okay. Mm-hmm. But that's the thing. Like, if that girl were to come up to me, I don't know how, like, into it I would be.
Yeah.
It'd probably be a girl that, like, is the one girl where you're like, really? Out of all the girls in the bar, you're the one that wants to, like, come up and be all super assertive? Dang. Why can't it be that other one?
Yeah. The hot chick, the slutty one that just wants you to get drinks, you know?
And yeah, specifically me. Like, just like we lock eyes across the room, and then instead of me going up to her and trying to be like all cool and hip, she just comes up to me and goes like, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
That never happens. But like, I don't know. Even if it did, I think it would catch me so off guard that I would still fuck it up.
Yeah. No, well, the thing is, you know, talking about, like...
She'd come up to me and, like, let's get out here. I'm like, but I haven't paid my check yet, and I gotta go to the bathroom.
No, but, like, when I started comedy, I didn't really drink. Mm-hmm. I really didn't drink. And
well, yeah, you were a baby when you started, right?
Yeah. And then...
A fetus? I thought you were the first fetus female comic.
Yeah. I was working the ovary room. The left one.
I like it.
I was working the left one, and you know, my dad had to come a couple times so I get more audience. And then I got noticed.
It was a light crowd.
It was a light crowd. And then I got noticed by one prominent sperm, and they're like, "We want you in the right ovary now." And
that's where the best sperm go.
And then and
then you were birthed.
I got noticed by
right
the Louis C.K. sperm.
You got passed.
And then I became a baby, and then I came out of the womb.
Sweet. Telling jokes right out of the gate.
Yeah. I was telling... Can I tell you, like, my first joke?
Yes, please do.
It was, like, in 3rd grade. Mm-hmm. All right? And it's so dumb. I told my cousin, and I was like, oh, I have a joke. Why did the lady stand in front of the clock?
Why?
To watch the time go by. It's so bad. Don't laugh.
It's almost like existential, you know. It's not even really a joke. It's more like, you know, a metaphor on, like, you know, existence.
Yeah, I was a very depressed kid.
What is time, you know?
Yeah. But that was my first joke.
Nice. That was very deep of you at 3rd grade. I like it.
Yeah, she even said so. She even said, that's not even a joke. And I'm like, okay. But
she was your biggest critic right out of the box.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was a biatch. She was. And then I got, and then talking about my comedy. I started drinking when I got into comedy.
Oh no, that sounds like and that's when it went all wrong.
That's when it went all wrong and bad decisions.
Yeah.
And people.
I should be playing sad music right now, and you're like, yeah, and nobody told me to stop.
Yeah.
And every time I was just like, I think I'm funny, but really they're just like, I think she's just wasted.
Yeah. One beer does that.
One beer, yeah. One beer, you're already like, I think I'm an alcoholic, guys.
Yeah. Well, my dad drinks a beer every day, and he's in his 70s.
So that's a proof in the pudding right there.
Yeah.
So you should drink 2.
Yeah.
And you'll live at least till 40. So that'd be cool.
So I'm taking. That's my coffee in the morning. The beer.
A beer is a coffee in the morning.
I gotta take it before I gotta work.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes, I used beer for a crutch for sure, on comedy stages. Trying to first get out there. And a lot of times also, you go to open mics and they're going to be 1 drink minimums at least. So, of course, I'm like, well, it's either going to be a $5 soda or a $5 beer. I'd rather have a beer.
Yeah.
But then, it does become kind of like I don't need to drink every time I'm on stage.
Yeah, it's true.
And especially now that you're trying to do this a little bit more professionally. And take it serious. And I don't necessarily have as the nerves anymore. Now I'm just trying to remember my bits. And I feel like if I'm drunk, I'm not going to remember shit. I'm not going to be talking about maybe I can remember a premise, but it's not going to be what it needs to be said and the cadence and the delivery. That's not going to be there.
Well, from my experience, it's just keep doing it.
Both. Just keep drinking and both doing comedy too at the same time. I think it's also with podcasting, it's a little different setting. It's more of a casual conversation.
Yeah. You're
kind of hanging out, talking to 2 people. Can kind of lend itself to let's have a drink too, instead of comedy where it's on stage and you're trying to do a specific routine and material. We're not trying to do material right now.
Yeah,
we're not thinking what should I say, or I have this whole hour thought about before.
Jesus.
Nope. I do have a few things, a bit here and there that I kind of want to bring up. Questions that I want to bring up, things like that I think about beforehand. But it's not necessarily I hope we bring up that she has small tits because I have this great bit about Mexican chichis.
I have small tits. It's fine.
No, it's okay. We won't bring it up anymore.
No.
So we can.
Yeah, bring it up. Small tits is very underrated. It's
the thing about small titties is every guy, well, not every guy, there's always going to be guys that are into that. With women, you can always find a guy that is into you. You might not be into them, but there will always be some guy that's I'll tap that.
Yeah.
But with guys, you could probably find certain girls that are into you, but if you were a guy that had a micro penis, it's not going to work. You're just not girls aren't going to be where is that one girl that's I just want to find a guy with a micro penis? Can
I interject?
Yes.
Well, I dated somebody with a
micro penis?
Well,
how small are we talking about?
It is so tiny.
Fairly small.
And are we talking about someone that we know right now?
No.
Okay, cool.
I wouldn't bring it up. I'm not.
Right.
I'm not that kind of person. It's
That's
not somebody.
Hey, honey, guess what I brought up on the podcast?
Oh. You might want to listen to it.
Right. Or not.
It's time 23 with 0 seconds. I brought up that you have a small penis.
It's okay, right?
No, but it's when it comes to that sort of thing, it's it's small, but it's
no, but how small? It was could you still use it?
It is absolutely shit ass tiny.
Well, I was pretty drunk.
So that part of it might have
It was
helped
pretty small,
or
but
hindered.
like it's like he was a great guy. Like he was so funny, and he was just.
That's why there's no God.
That's why. No, but like there's people that don't care about like that sort of down there sort of thing. I care about the complete person. You can edit this out. Okay. Nobody wants to hear serious shit.
This isn't. No, this is very serious, but not serious because we're talking about guys with micro dicks.
Yeah. I love a micro dick. Let me tell you that. It's
right.
The first on the list.
Right.
Is
right.
micro dick, and.
Well, I guess that is better than like one that is way too huge that you can't even like get in.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a plus in that.
Yeah, if I see a huge dick, it's not. Don't get that thing near me. Seriously.
Honey, guess what we talked about then next? We talked about your huge dick.
Yeah. I started smoking, and I was really scared because I've had panic attacks, and I just took one little huff, one little puff, a little drag, and I just blew it out. And then my coach was like, "Are you high?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm high. I'm totally."
Prove it.
Yeah, and
yeah, and were you high?
No.
No, you weren't.
No, it wasn't. Or I was just trying to tell my mind because I didn't want myself to freak out.
It's true. Like a lot of people don't, get high on their first time.
No.
I think I did.
Well, that wasn't my first time getting high. I remember the first time I got high. Jeez Louise.
Nice. Was it fun? Did you?
It was fun. Yes, I remember. Like I got high, and then I was watching TV, and it was.
What were you
like,
watching?
I was watching the Toddlers and Tiaras.
Right.
And I was
Honey Boo Boo.
Yeah. Really cute little girls in their little dresses and their makeup. And I would look at them and I would be like, they look like models, like 18-year-old models. And I was freaking out.
But they're 5.
But they were 5.
Did you ever want to be that girl, like when you were 5?
Yes.
You wanted to be a toddler in tiaras?
I wanted the quinceañera dress.
Of course. Did you have a quinceañera?
No.
Why not?
Because
you never became a woman?
No. I didn't want to because my parents told me, I was like, hey, do you want a quinceañera or do you want a car? And I'm like, I want the fucking car.
That's a good move.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Do you want to party or do you want to drive?
Yeah.
But that's... I understand that as parents. You can only spend so much on one or the other. Yeah. And... I think you made the right move.
That's how I got here today.
Oh, you still have that car?
No, I actually got it last year.
That's a little late on the quinceañera car. They're like, oh yeah, you're 13. How about we give it to you in 10 years? Is that cool?
Yeah, and I was just like 15. And I'm being like, okay, and then
they finally gave it to you.
And they finally gave it to me. I had to wear a quinceañera dress. Well, I signed the dealership document.
That's hilarious.
And they put the crown on me.
Do you have pictures in this?
No, no, I don't.
Dang. Do you still have the dress?
I donated it to like a homeless shelter.
Oh well, now some homeless person's living your quinceañera.
It's pretty much a tent by now.
Let's hope.
Yes, I hope so.
I feel like the best thing I could give a homeless person is a piggy bank. Like, I don't have any money, but I could give them something to hold their money.
Yeah. I would have to drop some, I would shape some rocks into coins because I'm so broke.
Yeah. Since I recently moved into this great studio apartment.
Yeah, beautiful place.
There's an alley back in the way, and in that alley, there's like a homeless village that like emerges after, dusk every night.
Yeah.
And these guys are pretty ingenious. I mean, they definitely like, get all this like tarps and tents and stuff, and they just build this whole little thing. I can only imagine what goes on in those.
It's
or the smells. I'm almost vomiting my right now.
Oh my gosh, it really is that bad.
I'm just. I don't know what it is, but like I have a real big like sense of like if I think of things that are gross, like it'll trigger me to like almost vomit. Like
oh man,
I don't know. I just remember like the smells, or I can only just imagine, and it's just like too much for me. I'm like, stop imagining, like you're gonna throw up. But
they have a village.
Homeless village.
Homeless village,
and I'm sure there's definitely some coolness going on in there.
Yeah, there's a lot of scat banging, I hear.
Have you ever thought about being homeless?
I actually thought about living in my car.
Like that was an idea you had, or that was like you were like, I might live in my car now.
Yeah, I thought, hey, I got a new car.
Right.
I'm gonna live in legit. Like,
and what kind of car is it?
I have a Corolla, Toyota Corolla, 2016.
Nice. So they got you a brand new car.
Yeah,
that's cool.
So I thought about living in it.
I would live in that too.
I actually went out one night and I'm gonna live in my car. I bought a lot of stuff. I actually bought like a sleeping bag. I bought a little fan.
You were like, I'm gonna spend the night in my car on purpose.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not explaining right, but I experimented by living in my car on purpose, and I only spent.
You just lived in the back seat, or you just?
No, I went because the back seat opens.
Yes.
So I sort of rolled in the trunk.
Ah, so you
and I
pulled down the seats, and then they kind of just laid through the whole back trunk area. And that's kind of ingenious. I like that.
Yeah, because I didn't want to get murdered or something.
No. And was it nice?
It was nice, but then I realized I have a room.
I don't actually have to live in my car, so why did I do this? I spent a lot of money on a sleeping bag I don't need.
Yeah. I felt a little self-conscious sleeping in my bag, so I just...
Right. And it was weird how you were still parked in the driveway. Like you didn't even leave your house. You're just like, I'm just going to sleep in my car. And your mom's just like, what is she doing in there?
I pulled in an inch closer to my house. And
right.
I just went to my room.
Yeah. You're like, this is dumb.
I like that.
I feel like you could use that as a bit. You could take that.
No, it's fine. I'm fine.
I always find it funny how, like, sometimes, like, if you talk to another comic and you guys are talking about something funny, you're just riffing or doing something, just being each other. You come up with something like that, whatever. Mm-hmm. Who's the one that gets to take it?
That's a good question.
The first person that says, hey, I'm taking it?
I think the first person who says it on stage.
Right.
Or just record it.
There you go.
I was like, hey, I did it first.
But what if, like, two people just do different takes on the same story?
Oh,
like, are those, like, still... Could they be two separate bits still?
Yeah. That's been in your head for a long time, hasn't it?
Maybe. I mean, I know me and Kenny and me and a lot of other comics, that have been on this show.
Yeah.
We've said plenty of funny things.
Yeah.
That we've obviously talked about it together. But it is like, okay, I've tried to bring those things on stage. Mm-hmm. But other times I'm like, I wonder if they've tried to bring those on stage too.
Your cat's on me.
Yeah, my cat definitely likes to be on the table and not... Just get in the mix.
Is it a he or
it's
she?
A she.
It's a she. I was about if it's a he, I would have named her Buddha.
Nope, her name is Kitty.
Kitty. Ironically enough, my cat's name's Kitty too, because I was so lazy to name it. I swear to God.
The same cat name.
Yeah.
She's definitely wanting to be in your business right now.
Yeah, she wants to get drunk. I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you.
She's like, hey, please pet me right now. Let me just sit in the middle of you.
No, I need you to get drunk before I pet you.
Wouldn't it be super progressive? And I'm not just trying to say, like, I want to see this because I'm a dude.
Yeah.
But I do want to see it because I'm a dude. But have a girl, do a topless set, because she's, like, super progressive. Like, and then but have, like, tip material, like, talk about her boobs. And is that something, like, you could do?
I think...
not you personally,
no.
but, like, would you see a female comic doing this?
If I saw a female comic doing that, I would be like, what a fucking whore,
Really? Oh, you
would
judge.
No. Okay. It would be like a feminist comedian, I think, with,
It'd probably be a girl that, like Chelsea Handler. She takes a lot of topless photos.
Yeah, I heard. She also dated 50 Cent. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. So seductive. I take you to the candy shop. I let you the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep going till you hit the spot. Whoa.
Wow.
Totally, yeah. They dated.
That's tight.
I would love to see Sarah Silverman do a set like that, right?
She could probably be topless. I know she's been nude in movies. Not like I've seen those movies. Wink, wink. But I noticed, though, like, you know, that's the thing with, like, comedians. They're not doing it in sexy ways. Like, they're doing it in more of, like, like, empowering, like, feminist ways, which is still cool. I'm not saying, like, there's only one way to show your titties.
Yeah.
But I've noticed, like, those two females, the times that they have done it, it's not like, you know, they leaked a sex tape or whatever.
Yeah.
It was like, no, I'm just going to be like, I just take a photo with my tits out, or I'm in a movie talking with another girl and we're in a shower and we're not, and it's very like just blasé la-di-da, like just.
Yeah. Well, if talking in all seriousness, if I saw something like that, I'd be like, what is this, like a feminist thing? And I'm pretty sure
she's doing it for a reason.
Yeah. And I would think she would just go up there and just start chanting like feminist things instead of doing real jokes. You know, like, hey, have you noticed?
It would be hard to be taken seriously, I would assume.
Yes, that's the thing. But if it's just vagina, you know, just taking off your pants and just have this, I would totally take her seriously.
Right.
You know, and have like a microphone dildo. You know,
because like Bert Kreischer, who I love, he takes his shirt off every time he performs and stuff. And it's more of like, obviously, like, you know, obviously guys can do that, but I don't think it's because he has like a great body. Yeah. It's more of like, I look like this, and this is me though.
Yeah, I think
I don't think women can do that though. They can't, like, even if it was like a big girl.
I'm trying to think.
Like, look at like even like a Fortune Feimster or somebody like a Leslie Jones. Like, if she just went topless, you'd be like, still like, yeah, but you're a girl. Like, I wouldn't say like they're both like these huge sex symbols, but as soon as they take their shirts off, suddenly they become sex symbols because they're chicks.
I think Bert is like a bro guy, like parties. Like, you know, he takes off his shirt. He could, you know, he's a sexy guy. He could pull it off.
Yeah, I'm not saying women aren't into it.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of girls at his shows that enjoy that he does that.
Yeah.
And when he does all of his promos and Speedos and whatnot, like, that's him. That's his thing. And I like it. I'm not saying he shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying if a girl tried to do it in a non-sexy way, it would probably still be taken sexy.
Yeah. That's the thing.
You know, like, even if it is a girl that's like not known as a sex symbol, like even like Amy Schumer, you know, whatever she does, people are going to be like, yeah, you're trying to be hot, or you're trying to do something that's like, you know, sexy.
I think it's pushing the envelope, trying to do it, you know, see if you could pull it off or not. It's like bombing. You could either have a good, you know, thing or not, you know. I'll try it next time. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. You know, I like before the comedy scene, I didn't really connect to anybody, and I know it's so cliche about it, but it's like high school all over again. The high school that needed to happen,
right?
Because I was really disconnected, and in my old high school, you know, a lot of cholos, a lot of. I'm kind of drunk.
Chunties.
A lot of chunties.
Right.
A lot of people getting stabbed.
Right. That's fine.
You know, because I went to continuation high school.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
how was that?
It was so fucking gangster.
Was it like Stand and Deliver, where Edward James Olmos was your teacher? And he's like, I gotta teach these kids, my kids.
Morelli, I'm a tough guy. Tough guys don't do math. Tough guys deep fried chicken for a living.
Yeah, and I got jumped into every period. Like first period, I would have to get jumped into the class.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird.
By the teacher?
By the class, you know, and then the teacher would be like,
"Okay, class, before we turn to chapter 3, jump this bitch in."
Yeah, read the first paragraph and then tag your table and then jump this bitch in.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That got you pretty hard, right? Quick.
Yeah, that got me. That gave me the. I was an emo girl getting jumped in. And then I had
to...
you're
listening to, like, Joy Division as you were, like, getting jumped in?
Yeah, and a lot of Smiths.
In Excess.
And
that's tight.
Yeah, I've heard of I never listened to In Excess, but I listened to them in, like, I think they were in Catch and Rising Star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to find a new NXS lead singer.
Yeah.
There was a reality show for that.
Yeah. They could have just used one of the comics, and it's like, let's just blend these two together. And just,
Are you still emo? Are you still into that?
I like to think so.
You think
I like to think so. Just, I dress sort of like emo-ish, and
right.
I listen to My Chemical Romance on the way to open mic. To have a crush on the lead singer.
I feel like I get kind of like pumped with like before like shows. I'll like try to listen to music that I enjoy or that I'm like kind of like gets me up. Mm-hmm. I'm not trying to listen to like depressing like Damien Rice or whatever.
And why just say hallelujah if it means nothing to you? Why just say with me at all?
Yeah, getting pepped up with some Rihanna.
I like his music. Like, there's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, right before you go on stage, you kind of want to get pumped,
Yeah.
Yeah, Rihanna. Sure, I would dance to that.
You see me do me dirt. There's something about that work. When you walk out, before the table turn. Beg you something.
What is it, Britney Spears?
Sure.
Gay it up a little bit.
Hell yeah.
You want a hot body? You want a Bugatti? You want a Maserati? You better work, bitch. You want a Lamborghini? Sip martinis, look hot in a bikini. You better work, bitch. You wanna live fancy, live in a big mansion, party in France. You better work, bitch. You better work, bitch. You better work, bitch. You better work, bitch. Now get to work, bitch.
What I listen to before I on my way,
bitch.
Yeah. When I go to open mics, I like to listen to podcasts and stuff like that. I like to listen to This Comic's Life.
I didn't tell her that, guys, before we got on the podcast. She said that on her own volition.
And great podcast, everybody. Subscribe. And I listen to Opie and Anthony.
Yeah.
To Legion's Gangs.
That's like just archive stuff now, right? Because they're no longer around.
No, but
I mean, they have their own things separately.
I like to listen to Rich and Bonnie's My Wife Hates Me, because it's like they're so like
Rich Voss.
Yeah, they get into fights.
Yeah,
they get into fights, and before I go to sleep, I like to listen to them fighting.
They're another comedy couple.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a few of them out there.
Yeah.
What other podcasts do you listen to?
Legion of Skanks. I listen to that.
Right.
one.
Yeah. Big J. Mm-hmm.
They're so unpolitically correct, and I miss that type of thing, and I know it's dying out, but if it dies
being
out,
politically correct, that should definitely die out. I don't want to be politically correct.
Yeah, dude, it's so gay.
Speaking of being politically correct, it's so gay.
Gay.
Yeah. Do you like how certain mics have turned PG because of certain hosts have gotten panties in their bunch? It's
stupid. It's like they're gonna lose. I mean, once, like, say for example, this mic that's in Long Beach.
Yeah.
It's they're gonna lose a crowd. I mean, they sell beer there.
Yep.
And all this, I love rowdy comedy.
That's the thing. I feel like there's small assholes that are dictating our world now.
Yeah.
Where like it's just like all this other bullshit that's going on in the world. We're having a small group that just are fucking too bored with life or whatever that they need to just create all this hate or stir the pot for fucking no goddamn reason. And then it just ruins like everybody else's good time. You know, it's just, why does one bad Yelp review now suddenly like turn a whole mic the, completely wrong direction?
Yeah. It's just like, that makes me want to break the rules even more. You know what I'm saying?
As a comic, yes.
But at the same time, I don't want to ruin it for the rest of them, but,
Yeah, you don't want to be that comic that like shuts down a mic, but also you want to be the one that like says, hey, I'm going to say whatever is on my mind.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be in this pretense of trying to be funny. It's not like I'm just like, hey, I want to go say the N-word 30 times on stage. What? How come you didn't let me do that? You guys don't know comedy.
Yeah.
It's like, no, you're just an idiot. But it's not that. It's like, I'm trying to say something a little controversial or talk about something that's a little taboo.
Yeah.
But it's under the guise of like, I hope this is funny. I hope after I say this, people laugh.
Yeah.
And when they don't, then you're like, oh, I guess I shouldn't say this anymore.
I want to talk about like titty fucking like small titties. That's what I want to talk about out there.
Yeah, how do you do that? It seems like a very tough job.
I think you need a micro penis for that.
Yeah. Wow. There's one good thing for the micro penis. You can titty fuck small titties.
And if the titties are too small, then the weed kicks in. And full blown panic attack, drive me to the hospital. It happened. I had a panic attack when I was on weed.
When did that happen?
A couple months ago, I had a fucking panic attack, and because I smoked. And then I went to the hospital, and and the nurse told me, this isn't weed. This must be like...
You brought the roach with you, or...?
No, I didn't.
She hit it. She's like, this ain't weed.
She hit it, then she took care of business for the first time at the emergency room.
See, what you do is with your micro penis, you just insert it like this.
And then we have, they have organs. Like we have some, donor organs you can microfuck that could fit instead of titties. We have Granny's titties in the bag that just died.
Yeah, on ice.
On ice.
Yeah, fuck grandma's titties on ice. That's all good. That's what Obamacare's meant for.
Yeah, I bet they give really good blowjobs. No, ladies.
Hospitals or
like when they're in their deathbed, just.
Oh, that was like their last thing. They just like, I want to suck one more dick.
I want to suck a micro penis.
Please, before I die, just one more micro penis.
Oh God. No teeth. You know what I'm saying?
I'm assuming a gummer is good.
Yeah. That's what they're called? Gummers?
Yeah.
Oh.
Get in the know. No, but I feel like, what's so funny is like the first time I got a blowjob was from a lady.
Oh, well.
And, she was my girlfriend at the time. And she was, so inexperienced. And obviously, this is kind of pre-internet because I'm old as fuck. But there's...
Not that old.
No, not that old. But old enough before the internet.
Oh, okay.
So, pretty old.
Yeah, I see it. Just kidding.
So, and she literally started blowing instead of sucking. She thought it was a blowjob, she thought you actually...
She was whistling it.
Just blowing a lot of air on it, and it's like, okay, that's cool and all. I'm glad that, like, your face is in front of my dick and stuff, but this isn't going to help.
Oh,
this isn't going to at least
so
go
bad.
to the end.
That's so bad.
And then it was a lot of like, she was just like kind of treating it like an ice cream cone instead of it being just like no, you just need to like get into a rhythm here.
Yeah, I bet. But now she's the blowjob queen.
Of course. I taught her a lesson, and I'm happy to say that I'm certain that every guy after me, had great blowjobs from her. I always felt like that guy like that wanted to have sex with virgins, to teach them, for other people, like later down in the road, like, hey, I'm going to teach you like how to have like a healthy sexual appetite, not get into nothing too crazy, but enjoy it and have a good time.
Yeah.
And not be a dickhead later, so then after me, when she goes on and has like, marriage and whatever, that guy can be like, wow, like whoever you fucked before, he really like helped me out. He was really on the ball here. He, he showed you a lot of cool things.
Yeah, you were the teacher, you were the master, you were the sensei.
Exactly. And, like, I wasn't an asshole either, so she didn't, like, have this bad taste in her mouth of, like, you know, like, like, literally.
I think she threw it out.
Like, she was like, man, he always wanted me to suck him, blah, 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 and always wanted me to do all these things.
Yeah.
And then she gets, like, you know, bitter and, like, resentful. And now the other guy, after, never gets any of that because she's so, like, you know, hard on that, like, I was treated poorly, so now I never do that.
Now she gets, like, the vacuum hose and just...
Yep, how do you like it now?
Put some lube around it, like, here, just...
I can guarantee you there's been so many dudes that have fucked vacuums.
Really?
Not me, but...
I mean...
Like,
I mean, if I was a dude and I was, like, growing up, I would be like, I would do it, probably.
Yeah, especially if you had a micro penis.
Yeah. He would have to use, not the hose, but the actual...
The attachment.
The fucking whole thing. Use the brush add-on to for
right.
effect.
Oh, that would be kind of nice. That'd probably
brush
feel good.
The pubes.
Yeah. That actually sounds kind of cool. I mean,
I'll buy you a
theoretically,
vacuum.
yeah.
You tell me. I'll buy you.
Thanks. Yeah, Christmas is coming.
Oh, God.
And then I'll be... Hey-o.
And if you don't want it, you know, I'll give you the receipt. Exchange it
Thanks.
for any of the other whore vacuums.
Yeah. Make sure it's like a shop vac, you know, that it can handle liquids and, you know, solids.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I don't like to do a lot of prep, but I like to, you know, ask people questions. So I take interviews from real celebrities, even though we're not, you know, we're trying to imitate celebrities. I take out old interviews from celebrities of the past, and I bring them into this show and just pose them onto my guest. And this interview comes from just a rocket and a brilliant star for the ages that will probably be remembered for millennia from now.
Okay.
And we're talking about Miss Selena Gomez.
Oh, nice.
Take it or leave it, baby, take it or leave it. But I know you won't leave it, cause I know that you need it. Look in the mirror, when I look in the mirror, baby, I see it clear, why you wanna be near. I'm not surprised, I sympathize. I can't deny your appetite. You got a fetish for my love.
This interview comes from E! News. It was recently, not too long ago. Obviously, she's not that old. But you can answer in the guise or persona of Selena Gomez if you'd like, or you can just answer as your own perfect self. Either way, these questions are going to be posed to you, but they were posed to Selena at one point.
Okay, question.
Yes.
As like a guy version of Selena Gomez, or as Selena Gomez?
You can do whatever you want.
I want.
This is all you. This is
Okay.
just whatever you're feeling in the moment.
All right, gotcha.
Okay, so the first question is, weirdest rumor you've heard this year about yourself?
That I've hooked up with The Weeknd. It's the weirdest one. I go for weekdays.
That's right. She is hooking up with The Weeknd.
Yeah.
That's tight. Okay, next question. Dream collaboration.
Oh, that's a great one. I would love to have a dream collaboration with Metallica. That's,
Selena Gomez and Metallica. That sounds kind of interesting. I like that. James Hetfield and Selena Gomez just singing in the same mic.
Yeah, and it's gonna be really rock and roll, but really lovey-dovey at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Like he went from Lady Gaga, now he's going into Selena Gomez.
Oh, really?
Sweet. Sweet. All right, next question. What is one piece of advice you live by?
One piece of advice that I live by is I love sexting with Justin Bieber still. I send him vagina pics all the time.
If you could describe your new album with a color, which color would it be?
It would be pink.
That's your new color album?
Yeah, it would be pink and a lot of Hello Kitty stickers. And I'd have a special out with love songs dedicated to comedy couples.
That sounds pretty cool. Sounds kind of niche, but that's fine. Like I feel like certain people are gonna love that song.
Yeah, they're gonna fucking love it because I say so.
Selena, you have a
I have a couple
persona right now.
I'm drinking and
I'm glad that we can get you in this candid moment. Is there a book that you read lately that you found particularly meaningful?
I found this coloring book from the Care Bears that really illuminated my life, and I have a song in my Pink album that's it's gonna be a killer one. It's gonna reach the top #1.
It's about Care Bears?
It's about Care Bears and the fucking love that they have. Alright, thank you guys. Check me out on Instagram and YouTube, and check out my new album coming out next year.
I love your Selena voice.
Thank
very
you.
like smoky.
It's a very. I'm trying to not be more feminine, but it's coming out a little smoky.
I love it. I love it. Worst food you've ever tasted?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Ribs. I don't know.
Ribs.
It's so last week I ate a smoky rib, and ever since I've been living it up and hating them.
Okay. How do you not be nervous in front of so many people?
I just pretend they're covered up. And they
like with a tarp? Like the whole audience is just covered in a tarp? Or?
I like to imagine they're wearing my quinceañera dresses and they're covered up.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the thing that you love most about Instagram?
That I could go up there and show my my vagina pics.
On Instagram, you can do that.
Yeah, it's subliminally show my vagina pics.
You do it subversively, you do it like kind of passive, like I'm just gonna like show you this picture, and underneath it is gonna be my vagina.
It's gonna be a black vagina.
What's your favorite TV show lately?
Oh, you know what? That's it's an easy one. Let me tell you about this one I've been watching. Jersey Shore.
Oh, finally catching up to Jersey Shore.
I've barely seen it, and I'm trying to get into the circle, and I've been contacting the Guidos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, my album.
The Situation.
Yeah,
Has he called you back?
He's gonna be on the cover of my album with pink hair.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now I love it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be called Pink Situation.
Pink Situation. The Pink Situation going on. Subliminally vaginas on this cover.
So behind the situation is gonna be your vagina.
It's gonna be a bunch of vaginas, but it would be hard to notice.
Right.
Vaginas.
And you will only be able to see it if you take this picture through Photoshop.
Yeah.
No, I get it. This is gonna be super cool for the hipsters. Like this, man, the tweens and the millennials and the whatever you want to call young people. Yeah. They're gonna love this album.
I hope so.
All right, last question. What's your favorite song at the moment?
Oh man, that's a toughie. I've been listening to the song. It's from the 50s. It's called "I Love to Drink Them Blue Moons."
That's
in the jazz club. While listening to The Weeknd. I don't know how The Weeknd got on there, but it did.
Yeah, you and The Weeknd. How'd that happen?
It was a weekday.
And he came over?
And Wednesday. And he came over and...
even though it's Wednesday, I'm The Weeknd.
Yeah. And
that'd be a cool
we showed our vaginas together. We scissored. Believe it or not, he's a woman.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're sharing this information to us.
Edit that out.
Okay, I will. Thank you, Selena, for taking the time.
Oh, no problem. No problem.
Awesome. That was so fun. Thanks.
Oh, thank you, Selena Gomez. That was really nice.
Yeah.
She was very sweet.
No, I like that. You should definitely do Selena Gomez on stage now. You can take that with you.
I'll think about that.
Because I like that impression. I don't know if I've heard her talk a lot, but I could picture her sounding like that.
Well, yeah. I'm not sure if I'm going to be on
stage. Are you a big
That's
Selena fan?
Exclusive to your podcast.
No, but yeah, like it is interesting now how, kids nowadays, you probably don't read it. You don't get into that. You probably don't run into like girls that don't know what they're doing right out of the gate.
Or because of porn?
Yeah, because don't you think like kids nowadays, like 16-year-olds, are just like watching tons of internet porn? Like
they're, I don't like to think about that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like I swear to you, I think like even 12-year-olds, because everybody's on a tablet and stuff.
I've heard like a bunch of studies, and I don't know who's studying this. How do they have their degree in it and whatever?
Yeah.
But like. They were saying that, like, anal sex amongst teens is on the rise. Jesus. And I'm assuming it's because, internet porn.
Yeah, internet porn. And I think guys, they see anal and they're like, oh, I want my girlfriend to do that, and they pressure their girl, and it's like...
And also, don't you think maybe girls are thinking, like, oh, it's not, like, sex, or it's not, like, I'm not losing my virginity, or I'm not getting pregnant because it's up my butt.
Yeah. Would that still be considered a virgin if it's like anal? I don't think so.
Yeah, not like in like the biblical terms, but maybe Jesus, in the scientific terms.
But the scripture says that a woman must have anal to lose the virginity.
Right.
I think it's in.
It's a tale as old as time.
It's in Joseph, Proverbs 69.
I haven't read that passage.
You should look into it.
Thou must haveth anal.
Yeah.
If must loses virginity.
Yeah, and then that's the passage for the communion.
Right.
The
priest says that before. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what churches you've been to, but that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why we're talking about sex so much.
I know it's funny. It's funny to talk about it.
I heard you do once a sexy Minnie Mouse impression. Do you do a sexy Minnie Mouse still?
Oh boy, it's a big cock.
Well, I don't think she's ever said that.
I think in Mickey and Minnie 69, porno version, she said that. And minute 16. She was blowing him.
Well, I hope so.
With she was
with a vacuum.
With a vacuum. And it's a good one. It's on Pornhub.
Right. Yeah, I'm not really into the cartoon porn.
No.
I mean, I'll watch it in jest, just for the novelty of it. But am I like whipping it out and getting onto it? No.
I've watched it. It's fun.
In like an alluring way, like a let's turn down the lights and bust out some candles kind of way, or
in the point that I needed to take care of myself.
What cartoon was it?
No, but it's the anime one.
Right, like hentai stuff.
Yes. When I was like 14, I was really into it.
So not like an actual like character that like is from your childhood.
Nope.
It's like a character that is only in the fuck realm.
No, but when I go to like YouPorn and stuff, I see like the advertisements, and it's like I don't know, it's like The Simpsons, and I just get like, oh shit, it's fucking, I don't want to see.
That's what I'm saying. Like all the
Bart
Family
fucking
Guy.
Lisa.
No,
Ay caramba!
Who would?
No, it's fucking horrible.
I would see it just to be like, I guess I want to see it as like just a curiosity. But it's not getting me off.
No, I've seen one where like Bart and Lisa are doing it, and then like Marge just walks in, and it's like,
kids, tell me the truth. Am I no fun? Do I just nag all the time?
Fuck, like that's not good. That's not good.
Yeah, that's the episode that I missed.
Yeah,
maybe they'll get into that in season 30.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll send fan mail.
Yeah.
Make sure they make that happen.
When are Bart and Lisa going to fuck?
Yeah.
You're so beyond physicalness.
Yeah.
Totally. You're better than everybody. You're.
I'm totally above everybody else. That's right. I'm the queen of Long Beach. Oh, but you messaged me thinking that I live in Long Beach. I don't live in Long Beach.
No.
I know.
That's all right, though. I mean, not everybody has to.
Ryan started calling me the sweetheart of Long Beach.
Oh, I like that. You are the sweetheart, even though, you kind of are a little filthy.
Yes.
And talk about wanting your mom deported.
Yes. Petition. I have a petition on.
So I don't know how sweet that is. But
No. I love my mom. But my sister's deported.
Okay.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, I think everybody has kind of a tumultuous attitude when it comes towards their family. I think that's why a lot of people get into comedy. It's because of their, battles with life thus far.
Yeah. I think like when Bill Burr started comedy, his manager told him to talk about his family more because that's where all his comedy was thriving. It was getting the bigger laughs, and he was just like, "Fuck that! I don't want to talk about my family." And I'm just like, I wish I could do that. I wish I could just say, "Fuck! I don't want to talk about my family," but that's where all the gold is.
And that's when he came up with F is for family.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, Bill Burr is always great. I was watching I'm Dying Up Here on Showtime, and the Mitzi Shore character, or Goldie, she was saying that in order to get past, you need to have a joke about yourself, a joke about your family, and then just do your favorite joke. Like, that's your 3-minute set. That's your, 5-minute set. That's going to, make or break you as a comic. Like, everybody wants to hear that, especially when you're coming up, when you're an unknown. People and I get it. But, yeah, I don't think I have the strongest material in those 3 subjects. Well, obviously my favorite joke, but I don't have a lot of family jokes or personal jokes.
I know a lot of comedians that don't have personal jokes that just I wish I couldn't take from my personal experiences and I could just come out of I don't know, on the outside world, observational stuff. That I think that's right. I really do admire those people that do that kind of thing, like Jerry Seinfeld and Attell and all that. They don't have to really go through their personal. Well, I'm so hacky that I have to bring fucking people from my family.
Well, I think when you get to a certain stage, you can stop talking about that and be more about okay, people know me. I'm more of a known celebrity that's doing comedy. I don't have to talk about my family all the time. But on the other hand, you look at guys like Gabriel Iglesias, and his bread and butter are his family. That's his funniest bits. Is he'll do a whole special just on his kids going to Disneyland and shit. And
Yeah, I never really got into Gabriel Iglesias.
What? Oh,
no.
Turn in your Mexican card right now.
No, I never really. I don't know. I didn't.
No, I'll admit, and I don't like to admit it because a lot of people don't admit it. But you're the first one to admit it. But I'll also say, yeah, I'm not that big of a fan either. I appreciate what he is. He's a cool guy. It's not like I'm not saying he shouldn't exist or his comedy shouldn't be out there. But am I tuning into it? No.
No. I whenever he's on the Facebook feed, I'm like, 200,000 people, really?
Right. He's doing stadiums. It's him and Kevin Hart, and both of those guys.
No way.
I wish him the greatest amount of success ever, but I don't get it.
Well, I love Kevin Hart. I think he's funny, but a comedian that I think gets a lot of hate, and I'm gonna get a lot of hate, is when I first started listening to comedy, I would listen to Dane Cook.
Right, and I love Dane Cook too.
Yeah, I personally like him.
He has a lot of great bits.
He has a bit about, I might butcher this, but he has a bit about going to work and there's this weirdo that's in work and that nobody really talks to him, and
the creepy guy.
The creepy guy. And so, but Dane Cook pays attention to him and gives him a Snickers bar. And when that weirdo decides to shoot up the place, he's gonna spare Dane Cook's life, and I'm like, oh my! I thought that was genius.
Thanks for the candy.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you a big Selena fan?
No, I'm not really. I have no Selena Gomez songs on it.
No, I can understand that. You probably don't seem like a Selena Gomez fan.
No, more of a Miley Cyrus fan. Yeah.
Right. She does have some interesting songs. I will give her that. I don't know if she's untalentless, I would say that she's talented in some respects.
She's on the radio. I listen to Selena Gomez.
Right. I'm not talking about Selena. I was talking about Miley.
Oh, I'm sorry. Miley. Yeah, the goddess. Do
you like who's your favorite Like pop star.
Pop star. I would say Beyonce. No, take that back. Rihanna.
Queen Bey.
No, Rihanna.
Rihanna.
I've downloaded so many songs of hers.
Illegally.
Legally and illegally. Illegally and illegally.
What's your favorite song?
From Rihanna, Kiss It Better. That's a good one.
What was that one song with Future?
Oh, that's actually called Love Song.
Yeah, I like that song. I like that song.
Yeah.
That's a good baby making music song.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when it has 5 E's, you know, it has to be a baby maker of a song. Oh, God.
I'm not going to lie. I like Future's voice. I don't know if he makes, like, great raps. Like, he doesn't, like, spit a lot of, like, rhymes.
Yeah.
But he does have, like, cool hooks and cool, like, vocals, even though it is a little, like, auto-tuned.
I really don't like his vocals, but I do like his background. I like his background music.
Are you a big rap fan?
Old school. I like some of Kendrick's stuff.
Yeah.
It's good.
What else, like, old school style?
Like Ice Cube, like Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Right, Bone Thugs, for sure.
That old school 90s shit.
Crossroads.
I grew up with.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang's, yeah, some of Wu-Tang.
Yep. They ain't nothing to fuck with.
Yeah. If I could get into their because they have like 100 numbers, I'm pretty sure I could. There's actually
what would be your Wu-Tang name?
I don't know. There's actually a generator.
Yeah,
online.
we could put it through the generator.
That's how Childish Gambino got his.
That's true.
Yeah.
You wanna put it through? Okay, let's do it.
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Here we go.
All right.
We came up with the Wu-Tang name generator, and Ness Ocampo is named Insane Ambassador.
That sounds about right.
Insane Ambassador coming on the ones and twos, spitting out those Wu-Tang vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and let's see what my name is. My Wu-Tang Clan's name is Prodigal Killer.
See, that's much better than mine.
Ambassador what? No.
Insane Ambassador and Prodigal Killer.
On the ones and twos, giving it to you real, hardcore.
Where's Selena Gomez at?
Yeah. Insane Ambassador, spit that shit. I like potato chips. I like them round. I like them salty. I'll eat them off the ground.
Funyuns.
What?
Open them up.
Yeah. I think that was the widest rap ever.
Yeah.
I think that just showed how wide it was.
No, it was alright. It was
no,
good.
but I'm a prodigal killer.
Yeah.
A thriller. The one that we call Prodigal Manila sometimes. Who's your favorite Wu-Tang Klansman?
Method Man.
Method Man, yeah.
RZA,
the Jizza, ODB, Raekwon, the Chef.
You know all of them, huh?
Yeah. Redman, Method Man. Yeah, those are probably the most famous.
I like RZA a lot more because he was in like Quentin Tarantino's soundtracks.
Oh yeah, he actually did a pretty decent film career.
Yeah.
He also did a couple of movie themes, like or movie soundtracks. He's a pretty good artist, if I don't say so myself. Yeah.
Insane Ambassador. You know, when I'm saying I have a knife and I'm ready to cut some onions and cry, because I'm a comedian and that's my life. Insane Ambassador.
Nice. Drop the mic, but don't really.
Yeah, and I started watching comedy through like anime clips. Like that's where I got my
the shorties watching shorties.
No, it was more like a fan like anime clips, like those fan music videos.
Right.
And I listened to like Dave Chappelle on there, and then I sort of moved up to like listening to him live, and I'm like, oh my god, I was such a loser, you know. But that's how I got my little start.
It's interesting, like how like I talk to a lot of comedians, you know, on this podcast, and people are like kind of on two fences. You know, I always, you know, it's either guys that are really into comedy and they watch every single special, or there's guys that are like, yeah, I kind of watch one special and I don't really watch a lot of other comics. And you're like, wow, how do you get into comedy then if you don't watch like other comics?
Wow, that guy's, I'm afraid to say, a little hacky. I mean,
Well, I don't know. I mean, I understand you can't watch everything, and you don't want to watch so much that, you know, it's hindering your writing process, or, you know, you're now thinking about too many premises that are from specials that you've watched.
Yeah.
But I think also you kind of have to watch what other people are watching so you're not writing the same stuff.
Well, I mean, it's kind of, there's comedians that think, I'm sorry that I'm bringing this up, but some comedians have actually talked that they don't, like famous comedians, talk about not wanting to see other people's specials or are not inside comedy clubs when somebody else is performing because they don't want to like be influenced by, you know,
the comedian.
You don't, like, you know, take from their stuff, you know, subconsciously, you know.
Right.
It's a very touchy subject.
Which I understand, but I also think that's just their way of saying, I don't want to watch this guy for the 500th time.
Oh, yeah.
Which I get that more. You know, I understand it's like not a, I don't respect this guy or I don't think he's funny, is I've seen his act too much. And I'll get that way. You know, it's not like, and it's nothing personal. If I see a comedian walk out on me, I'm never like, it's because he thinks I suck. Oh, my God. It's never that. It's, I mean, it used to be when I first started.
Yeah.
Because I was insecure as fuck. And yeah, maybe I'll still think about it when it's a guy that I really know. But even then, it's still like, everybody's in their own world. That's partly why open mics suck so much to begin with, is that everybody's just conscious or concentrating on other stuff besides the person on stage.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah. When people, I remember, some comic told me that because I was getting self-conscious, somebody walked out, and just what you said. I'm not judging, but at the same time, I'm working some of my new stuff. You know, somebody might walk out. I'm like, fuck, you know.
Yeah.
But who cares?
Yeah. I mean, there will always be another time to say your joke, but it does hurt when, you know, half your audience just leaves because they think that you're going to just do the same material, and you're like, I wasn't going to do the same bit.
Yeah. But I like seeing you. I really do.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I think I saw you the first time you ever did stand up.
Did you?
Over at what was it?
Felipe's?
Yeah, Felipe's.
Yeah. I probably the second or third time.
Maybe the second.
Yeah.
It was definitely. I do remember you. I remember meeting you there for the first time.
Yeah, I remember meeting you too.
And then Felipe was getting on your case about not being hot, or he was into the grande chichis.
Yeah. Yeah, he was AKA douche.
He was a piece of shit.
And now his business is shut down?
Yeah, his business should be shut down because he was an idiot.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, I hate hosts that talk shit on anything that they're hosting. Like why would you talk shit on your, like, other... Like, I've seen that happen with other hosts. They talk shit on bartenders. They talk shit on, like... And it's like, dude, you're a host. That's not your job. Your job is to make everything sound awesome.
Yeah. And the weird thing about Felipe... he talked to me telling me that, I want this to be like the improv.
Yeah,
and
of course
I'm like,
he did.
And now that you mentioned, like, you're shooting on comedians. And I remember, like, when he would want people to get out, like, as if he would turn off the AC so it could get hot in there and people would want to get out.
Yeah. I remember the first thing he ever told me when I asked him, is there an open mic here tonight? He was like, yeah. And sorry that the pussy's so light tonight.
Yeah.
And I was like, no problem.
Yeah.
Like, what if I was like super like, dude, I was specifically told that there was going to be a lot of puss here. Like, what the fuck? I only tell jokes in front of at least 20 pusses.
Yeah.
They have to be hot chicks.
Imagine, like, if we were we had to bring like, you know, people have 2 drink minimum.
Yeah.
We had to bring like really hot chicks. We would have to go to like the boulevard where all the hookers are.
Yeah, can you imagine like a bringer show, but it has to be like a perfect 10 model bringer show? Like, oh, I'm sorry, you brought your parents?
Yeah.
Fuck off. You need to bring 10s here.
Yeah. Well, my mom's a perfect 10, all right?
Oh, okay, well, yeah. But is your dad?
My dad, yeah, micro penis.
Oh, okay, so he would be out, but your mom could stay.
Yeah.
Which is a plus.
And, yeah, I would probably get some hookers and bring them to the show.
Do you bring a lot of people to your shows? I mean, are you in favor of bringer shows?
I've never done one, but I am bringing somebody next weekend to the Royal Cup.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect 10.
Oh, perfect 10 model?
Yeah.
I'll definitely be there now.
Yeah. She's going to do stand-up, too. So,
I will be hoping that happens. You know, maybe now that you already have vetted me, you know, she'll already be like, who's this Daryl guy?
Yeah.
Because, you know, you can definitely, you know, talk me up in this next coming week.
Yeah. And her titties better be ready because they're going to get titty fucked.
Yep. I mean, me and you are like on the same wavelength. I mean, same page.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got it.
You can be my wingman.
Yeah, I'll be your wingman.
I wish I had a wingman. My wingman usually like takes the girl. I've had that happen maybe once or twice, but it's nothing that I need to like, you know, tell a therapist or anything about.
Yeah. It's still shitty. I mean, I'm not gonna lie
it is
to
a
you.
little shitty.
Yeah.
But c'est la vie, or you know, that's life.
Yeah.
It's not like I owned her to begin with.
I don't know. Girls are different. If you know, they'll you know, girls will be like, "Oh, you take him, Craig. Oh, you take him." You know. You know. Just be generous, you know.
Generous?
I think. I like to
take
think.
Take him out to dinner every now and then. So I want to thank, obviously, Ness Ocampo for coming in, sharing some time, sharing some laugh, sharing some insights on her. Yeah, but if you want to plug any dates, definitely do so.
I'm going to be everywhere.
Everywhere. Just guys, come out to the LA and Orange County and Long Beach open mic scene, and you will see her spitting tons of filth. And when I say filth, I mean jokes.
Oh, I want to play the date, actually.
Okay.
Tonight, I'm going to be at the Homeless Village.
Nice.
Performing for the homeless people there.
Oh, yeah, right outside?
Yeah, it's a charity event.
Well, they'll like that. But if you want to also find her on social media, you can hit her up at
Ness Ocampo, Facebook, and for Instagram, Lovely Thrillers.
Lovely Thrillers. All right, guys, and also obviously check me out on This Comics Life or on Twitter at the D Stories, or write me on email at thiscomicslifepod@gmail.com, and just follow and subscribe, and also leave a rate and review wherever you get podcasts. Thanks for listening, and share it with 1 million people if you found it mildly amusing. All right, guys, until the next one, this has been